Hi, I'm Sanaya Newell, and I'm a fellow Jaguar. Have you ever stopped to think what you're going to do going into high school or after high school? Well, look no further. West Florida is the school for you that has over 10 academies that help you choose the career path that is right for you. As you can see, I'm a fellow multimedia Jaguar, and my academy is multimedia. So, I am here today to show you what us all here to give you the mindset of what you want to do. And I'm here to tell you all about them. Who do we have here today?
Joshua Hatcher,
What's your academy?
criminal justice.
Do you have a favorite project?
Probably my favorite project was the Capstone project. I love how innovative it was, and I did mine on the police duty belt. I got to make a TikTok video out of it, so I loved it.
Okay. Do you find yourself frustrated with your academy?
Sometimes, but it's rewarding in the end. It really is.
Have you ever have any favorite field trips that you'll love to go again?
I love all the field trips that we do when we go to the sheriff's office. They're always so innovative and so much information that you learn.
Do you see yourself having a career out of this academy?
I do. Straight out of high school, I want to go into the cadet program.
That's nice. Who do we have here today?
Michaela Dawkins,
What's your academy?
criminal justice.
Do you like your academy?
Yeah, I love it. It's real fun.
Do you think you can see yourself doing a career in your academy?
Yeah, I want to be a lawyer, so criminal justice is a great pathway to that.
Do you see yourself do you see yourself using your skills outside of school?
Yeah, it teaches you communication and public speaking. We do elevator pitches, and that's helped me in a bunch of interviews and, talking fast on the go.
Have you ever used your skills on anybody outside of school?
I arrested somebody. Like, not for real, but, I handcuffed somebody before, yeah. But we do other stuff like I said, the public speaking. That's good because I work at a fast food restaurant, so it's prepared me to work with customers and have good communication skills.
Do you have a favorite project?
Favorite project would probably be my trifold posters and stuff that I do for our competitions. You know, right now I'm doing a detective board style with the red strings and, you know, not the flashcards, but the notes and stuff. And it's real.
Who do we have here today?
Sabrina,
And what's your academy?
criminal justice.
Do you see yourself having a career out of this academy?
Yes, I want to be a police officer one day.
Have you ever used your skills outside of school?
In the workplace, I work at Skyzone right now, so it teaches me to like communicate with people more and be more talkative.
Do you ever get frustrated?
Sometimes when we do certain projects, and because the teacher can be a little goofy sometimes.
Have you ever felt like it was for you in the beginning, or it was always for you?
It was always for me because I knew this was what I wanted to do, even when I was like in sixth grade.
Who do I have here today?
Hi, I'm Aiden Pelletier.
What's your academy?
I'm in telecommunications.
Do you like your academy?
Oh, I love it.
Do you think you see yourself doing this for a career?
I don't necessarily see telecommunications specifically, but I do see a lot of the things we learned, electronics and that kind of stuff. So I see something related to the academy happening.
Do you get frustrated with your academy?
Yeah. Yeah. It's very tedious sometimes, especially with like cable system stuff. It's a lot of different things and it's constantly changing. We got to learn new tools about every single year, and you got to figure out, okay, different brands and all that stuff. And that's just part of it. It gets pretty tedious and pretty frustrating.
What would you say your favorite project so far in this academy?
It was last year, my freshman year, when we had to install an aerial drop going from the cable line out back down to a board, and we had a group, and yeah, and it's the culmination of what we're doing. Our ultimate goal is to be an installer, so going from the tap to the person's home, that's all our business, and inside the home's our business. So that was cool, being like, hey, I just learned all this stuff. I did something, I could see my cable going around. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I did that.
Do you think you would recommend this academy to anybody who was new to it?
Oh, for sure. It's good. Mr. Connors has his way of teaching. It's not for everyone, obviously, but it gives you enough of a challenge to stay interesting, but it's not so much you're like, oh, I can't do this. It's not like Calc BC or whatever where you're drowning in homework every night. It's pretty chill.
Today?
I'm Lana Carter,
And what's your academy?
telecommunications.
Do you like your academy?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Do you find yourself frustrated with it?
Frustrated? Not really. Like, kind of, because I don't understand some stuff, but, like, getting used to it.
Do you think you would recommend this to anybody?
Yeah, I definitely recommend it because it teaches you, like, a lot, especially, like, responsibility and all that. I definitely recommend it.
Have you been able to use your skills in this academy here outside of school?
Yes, most definitely. Especially, like, talking to people and all that, getting used to it really helps.
Do you have a favorite project?
No, not really.
You just like it all?
I do like it, though. I don't really have favorite projects.
Who do we have here today?
Hi, I'm Miss Massey. I'm the Academy Teacher for Information Technology.
Hi, Miss Massey. Have you ever thought you would be able to teach this academy?
When I first heard about it, yes. I've taught computer science for 11 years in Virginia before I moved down here when I got married. And I started out teaching in Workman Middle School because there were no computer science classes available. Now, my degree is actually in computer science education, so that was what I was looking for when I got here. A year after I got here, I found out that this one was going to be available, and Ms. Taylor, who was our career and technical education advisor or coordinator at the time, specifically talked to me and told me, hey, this is what we need from you, and I was fortunate enough to get the job.
Do you think Miss Florida has given you the best experience for this academy?
Absolutely, because we are the only computer science academy in the whole district. So when I first started, I was the only teacher with a computer science education certification who was actually certified in computer science as a teaching license.
Would you say that some of the projects you do are hard or like easy?
I like to make them challenging. Students have a tendency sometimes to want the easy way and the quick answer, but you don't learn that way. And it seems to me sometimes that they're so afraid of failing that they don't want to take the chance. And I've got a saying up on my wall that the difference between the master and and I forget what the other word was, is that the master has failed more times than the novice has tried. So if they don't fail, they don't learn, but that's a hard concept for students to get.
What would you say to fellow future students who want to do this academy?
IT is a field to go into. There are a lot of variations to the information technology field, but anything that they're interested in was going to need IT in some way. So it's varied enough to where they could find something that would challenge them and give them a great career. And it's a good paying job if you get it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Who do I have here with me today?
My name is Alexandria Charles. I'm in the AYT Academy.
What would you say would be the best project you've done in this academy?
The best project I've done in this class, it has to be SQL data insertion.
Do you get frustrated with this academy?
It comes and it goes in waves, you know. It's very hard at the beginning when you're just learning. It's like everybody says one semicolon in, nothing works anymore. but it's worth it. It's like math where you get that satisfying feeling as soon as you figure something out. So it's frustrating, but it's very rewarding.
I don't know about you, but math ain't my friend. Do you think you can make a career out of this?
Absolutely. I plan to go to USA for computer science, and I can see myself working in an office just writing code.
That's very well. If you had a chance, would you change your academy or would you stay in this academy?
I'd absolutely have to stay in this academy because I know that it's often overlooked with a lot of these big ones like criminal justice and all these healthcare academies, but I've made basically all of my closest friends in this academy. I've had my struggles. I've learned so much. I just feel like if I went to any other academy, it'd be a different experience, but we're just all very united in here. So it's worth it. It's 100%. I'd never switch.
When you came to West Florida High School, did you ever think you would be able to figure out something you would do in your life?
When I came here, I wanted to be an artist. So I expected it to help me with that. I didn't realize it helped me realize that I really would be better inclined in programming. So I was expecting to get something really nice out of this school, but I wasn't expecting it to be programming.
Well, there you have it. And thank you for interviewing with us.
Oh yeah, it was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Who do we have here today?
My name is Ethan Stokes, and I'm a senior in the AYT Academy.
Okay, so what do you say the struggles is for this academy?
Most likely the studying and remembering everything. There's a lot of different combinations and functions to remember.
Do you get frustrated?
A lot. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff I cannot remember, and really, the academy, if you can remember a lot of stuff, it really is an academy for you. You gotta take the time to study that type of stuff. And then you can't rely on the help of your classmates, but there gets to some point where nobody knows anything. You have to do research.
Do you think you can make a career out of this academy?
Originally, I did think I could make a career out of this academy, but unfortunately, realizing the struggles, I just think it's a bit too much for me, but it was a learning experience.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite projects?
I do. For my capstone, I had to make a Pokemon game, and honestly, I didn't receive much help from it because my teacher didn't know much about how far, the stuff was pretty complicated. It wasn't something we learned in class, so it was something I had to do a lot of research. There were some crash outs I've had, but eventually I did get to a point where I was like, okay, I've reached something I'm proud of, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn it in.
Do you think your family has seen you stress before over this a lot?
A lot. There was one time where my capstone broke the day before I had to submit it, so I literally just smashed my desk with my desktop and my computer.
Well, there you have it. IT can be very stressful, but it also has its ups and downs, and it's good, rewards. So thank you for interviewing with us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
No problem. You're with.
My name's Aiden Van Bagwell.
So how do you like your academy?
I love it. It is so fun just learning what code does and how to code, such as in Java. And right now we're learning SQL database. That's also insanely fun. I know it doesn't look like a lot on a computer screen, but there's a lot going on. And I don't know, it's just really fun, in my opinion.
What is your academy exactly?
So what we learn to do in our academy is information technology, which is learn like code. So like any program, so like Windows. Windows is entirely based on a program called C#. We learn how to code in make Windows, I guess, but it's not in C#, it's in Java. And most people by their junior year, they get a Java certification, just like me. I got mine my junior year. But yeah, in freshman year, we did in my class was we learned on something called CompuScholar. Sophomore year, you go to Miss Massey, and she'll teach you step by step everything to know about Java. Same with junior year, and then senior year, you get into databases, which is really easy, and we code with databases in SQL, which is simple query language, I believe, You should get a certification for that, and yeah, so.
Do you think you can make a career out of your academy?
Oh, absolutely. IT is going to be the way of the world, with the way technology is moving, with AI and computers, essentially, quantum computing, all that. You're going to need people to code that. So, yeah, definitely.
What would you say your favorite project would be out of this class?
My favorite projects are the ones that we do for the holidays. So like we did one for Halloween where we had to make a haunted house in in Java, and we had to code each little line and each little shape. I know for the holiday one we were supposed to do a snowman, and then I think we do one for Easter, but I forgot.
Well, there you have it. This is
Aiden Van Bagwell.
have with me today.
My name is Ashton Gorecki.
And what is your academy?
I'm in the Academy of Information Technology.
What would you say would be the best thing about information technology?
I would say the best thing about this academy is it's such like a broad subject that there's so much that you could choose from it, that if you find one thing that you like, you can take it and you can go a really long way. And like me personally, I really want to just find that one thing, because like right now I'm into like a lot of areas in the subject, but if I can just stick with one, I feel like I can like be like a developer of new methods and like have a pioneer role to myself.
Do you think you'll make a career out of the academy?
Yeah, I think that's a really good shot.
Would you say it's easy or hard?
I would say it's probably in between, depending on how you look on it, because it's hard given the time constraints, because it does take a lot of time and thought, but as soon as you finish a project, you probably won't have to think how to do that ever again, and like once you do it once, it's like it becomes memory from that point on.
Do you get frustrated with this academy?
Not in here, not at school, but sometimes at home we have bigger projects that we have to do that take a really long time, and with other homework and being in school, it does get frustrating, yes.
Who do we have here today?
I'm Michaela Kissel,
Michaela, what is your academy?
agricultural biotechnology.
Do you like your academy?
I do like my academy, yeah. I really like the biotech side of it more than I like agriculture, but yeah, it's very interesting.
What would be your favorite project you've done so far?
My favorite project? Well, honestly, I actually do like working on Capstone. I like my topic a lot, so I just think that's been really fun.
What is your capstone?
My capstone is, it's about bioluminescent algae, and just how it's affected by the environment and how it affects the environment.
Would you say your academy makes you frustrated sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Just, I feel like it's just more when we start talking about things that I don't care too much about, like, yeah.
How would you present your academy if somebody wanted to do this academy?
I would present it as, it's a very big umbrella. There's a lot of things that you can learn about in the academy, so at some point or another, we're going to probably cover a topic that you like, which is really good.
Who do we have here today?
Gabriel Flores,
And what is your academy?
agricultural biotechnology.
Gabriel, do you like your academy?
I do. It was one of the main reasons that I entered West Florida. Ag biotech is very unique to other ag programs in the area, and it's a really good opportunity for you to see the science side of agriculture, which is, like I said earlier, often overlooked.
Would you say it's easy or hard?
It depends on your level of involvement. You can coast and it would be relatively easy, but depending on your involvement in extracurriculars and your choices for your capstone, it can be difficult.
Have you ever had moments that's been frustrating with your academy?
I mean, absolutely. We have a new teacher this year, so learning with this new program. I also am really involved with the extracurricular side of the Ag Academy, so there's always challenges that you face. Sometimes you don't get that blue ribbon you want. Sometimes you have trouble getting on that trip, but what really matters is overcoming and the people you meet along the way and the good community that we have here in this academy.
What would you tell a fellow new student if they choose this academy?
Really spend time and find what you enjoy, because the agriculture is so broad. It encompasses so many things and it's so vital to our society, and we often overlook it. Find interest that you have, and I promise you there's something in agriculture that connects to that.
Okay, well, thank you, Gabriel. Who do we have here today?
My name is Bella Chivison.
What is your academy?
Agriculture.
Do you like agriculture?
Yes, I love it.
Do you think agriculture would be something for students who love being outside?
Yes, absolutely. Agriculture is a very broad thing. We learn a lot of different things, so being outside, science, anything like that.
What was your favorite project so far in this academy?
Ooh, we did, I don't know. We did a lot of labs. I've loved all of the labs, but my favorite was probably one where we looked at the cells of a plant.
Is there any parts of it that makes you very frustrated?
Honestly, not really. I love ag.
Who do we have here today?
Aviana.
Avian, do you like your academy?
I do.
Do you think your academy is easy?
It is.
It is. Do you think you can make a career out of your academy?
I do. The medical field is a special field for everyone.
Do you get frustrated or upset with your academy?
Sometimes, but not really.
Well,
it can be, but for the most part, it's not that bad.
Do you think that your academy would help a lot of people?
I do, because I feel medicine is very important.
Would you recommend this academy to anybody who wants to be in the medical field?
Definitely. It's been a really fun experience.
You better win that $100.
Thank you.
There you go, Aviana.
You ready? Okay. Who do we have here today?
I'm Oliver
And what's your academy?
multimedia.
Do you like your academy?
I do.
Do you think you can have a career out of your academy?
I'm not gonna focus in a career, but yeah, it could be possible.
Have you ever used your skills outside of your academy?
I have, yeah.
Do you think it would become a handy?
It would, yeah.
Would you present this academy to anybody that was new?
I would, for sure.
As you can see from the interviews and the footage, there's a lot of skills that given to teachers and students. Now, this gives you a whole list of careers to choose from, but the choice is yours. Thank you for watching.